Osiem. Good evening, everyone. Misakwakwelum to all legislatures, TWASM members, staff, and guests. I'm really grateful to be here tonight on our final meeting of the spring 2025 session. We've had a full session and a lot of discussion over the last month, and you should all feel very proud of the work that we've accomplished in this session. First, I would like to thank Usiltanat for blessing the food before we nourished our bodies. And I'd like to say thank you to Sitsamia for drumming us in and nourishing our hearts and our soul with the drum, the heartbeat that unifies us together. I would like to also say thank you to Yum's Catering for providing food to nourish our bodies for the meal that we've had and shared tonight. Thank you to all the caterers that nourished our bodies through the session that we've had. We've been fed such wonderful meals during this spring session. We do our best work when our stomachs and our souls are full. This evening marks our final meeting of the spring 2025 session, And as with every session, I'm grateful for all the contributions that each and every one of you have brought to this table. Before we begin with tonight's agenda, I would like to invite our youth, Desiree Gurniak, to open our meeting with a prayer. Desiree? Please wait for the feather, Desiree. Hajka.
OCM not Siaya, Aiknishqualowin, Quincy Quetztala. My respected friends and family, I'm very happy to see you all tonight. I will say a prayer by CM Malapia. At Tzitol CM, Huyanem Atesant Stiwiot. Tzitama Ui Mr. Skakip, Hichlamatos Tana Wayal. Diquam shuch I tzawatos a tatsiaitst, quamquam stuch tishqualowinst. Creator, let us pray. Listen to our prayer. Thank you for bringing us together. Watch over us today. Help us with our work. Keep our thoughts strong. Haitzapka.
Oh, CM Hajka, so much for sharing the words from your Sitla Walapia. It's always wonderful to hear the words that she has passed on to her grandchildren. Thank you so much, Desiree Hajka. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our feather runner tonight, Madison Jacobs Mayall. Welcome back, Madison. It's good to see you. You're such a wonderfully talented young woman, and I'm very proud to have you as a TWASA member and our feather runner. As always, we like to support our youth, and Madison is endeavoring to fundraise for a very special trip to New York. Is it, Madison? Yes, so if we feel that when we are finished our session, go find her mom, Kuyakuya, and Madison, and put out an arm's length. Find the tallest person you can to find the arm's length to get the most tickets to support Madison on her new adventure. I would like to remind all the legislatures and staff to wait until they have the feather before speaking, for Madison to give it to you, and then pass the feather back to her when you have finished your time with your feather. Just a quick reminder about our cell phones. Make sure they're on silent. I would appreciate that. Tonight is a different night. We've had to become adaptive. As a small nation, we've always been able to adapt to the needs of our community. And I would like to begin by extending my condolences to the Tsawwassen community, the Tsawwassen family, and to all the members of the legislature who have been impacted by the recent passing of our beloved Tsawwassen elder. I hope that we all get to spend time with family and really spend the time for the healing that comes with that time of looking at photos together, eating together, sharing stories together, and just being together to comfort each other during this difficult time. We have a self-government, and we have the power to change things and to do things as we see fit according to our traditional customs and laws. And in light of the recent passing of our beloved elder, we have decided to make a very important change to our agenda. We will only be having the third reading of Bill 001-2025 tonight to meet the budgetary and legal requirement and deadline that we have. In doing so, we are going to defer all other items that were on our session agenda, including the approval of the strategic the strategic plan, the updated legislature rules and procedures manual, the community safety strategy presentation, and the vote on legislature resolutions. We are only going to defer these to a subsequent session, potentially in the summer, and we will make sure that the legislatures are notified in sufficient time to make sure that we can all participate in the deferral of the items that we are going to be deferring today. I'd like to acknowledge that Legislature Taylor Baker is not here. She's in Victoria, the King Charles Award. And we have legislators that are participating via the link because they understand that the work that we need to do is important but it's difficult right now to be in the presence of others formally. Thank goodness we have the tools and mechanisms to support our loved ones. I'd like to acknowledge that Chief Swamasat, Luxon, Legislator Luxon, Trent, Theesmalot, Kathy Genge are zooming in together. Legislature Squamiah, Melinda Cassidy is also online, as well as Legislature Halkamatia. And so they understand the importance of this vote and wish to be here for that. I would like to also let everybody know that as our hearts are heavy during this time, the beauty of our culture and having healing work to allow us to brush off the heavy feelings, we have invited our relative, Keith Nahaney, who is going to be available at the end of this session to brush off anybody who feels the need to have that kind of spiritual and traditional support. Thank you again to Keith for coming out, to always supporting and answering the call. We are so grateful to have you here to take care of us. So with our shortened agenda, we only have the one item, and that is the third reading of Bill 001, 2025, the Appropriation Acts, and holding that vote. But in order to do that, we are going to have a motion to defer the remaining items that we were approved for this session agenda, so that we can formally recognize that these items are going to be deferred. Before I read that motion and ask for a move and a seconder, I just want to let you know that because we're in a hybrid situation, I'm going to do a roll call vote, which I'm just going to go down the legislative table and ask for your name, and all you need to do is say you approve or you disapprove, yay or nay, of the motion, and that'll allow us to be able to be more efficient with the hybrid scenario. Are there any questions regarding the session changes, the agenda changes, before I read the motion? Legislature Laqualia?
Could you just go over what we're deferring again? There's a strategic plan, community safety, legislative resolutions, and there's a fourth one. What was that? Thanks.
Sure, no problem. The strategic plan, the updated legislature rules and procedure manual, community safety strategy presentation, and the vote on legislature resolutions. Thank you, Legislature Laqualia. Are there any other questions about the amending of the session agenda? Are there any questions online? All right, thank you very much, legislatures. I will now read the motion. Motion to defer remaining agenda items for the spring 2025 session. Whereas the legislature voted to approve the session calendar for the spring 2025 session on February 11th, 2025. And whereas the community has experienced the loss of a beloved elder, and it is our custom in these circumstances to pause government work and turn our attention to supporting the family and community and give everyone time to mourn. And whereas because there is a legal requirement to vote on the Appropriation Act bill no later than March 15th of each year, the legislature is meeting on March 4th, 2025 to conduct the third reading of Bill 001, 2025. Therefore, be it moved that the remaining agenda items for the spring 2025 session of the legislature be deferred to a later session. Presentation on the community safety strategy, vote on legislature resolutions, report on previous resolutions, motion to approve the strategic plan, and motion to approve the 2025 Legislature Rules and Procedures Manual. May I please have a mover? Moved by Legislature Marianne Adams. May I please have a seconder? Moved, seconded by Legislature Tia Williams Laqualia. I'm just now going to do the roll call. Legislature Kathy Genge, in favor or not?
I'm in favor.
Thank you. Legislature Palicia.
In favor.
Legislature Halkamatia. Louise Alm. Legislature, I can't hear you, but if you could put a thumbs up on your reactions, that would also help. Legislature Louise, I'll come back to you. Legislature Kwiapia, I'm sorry if you could pass the feather to Madison, if you could pass the feather to her. Thank you so kindly.
We weren't sure. In favor, yes.
Aichka. Legislature Stalactuit, Terry Splotkin.
In favor.
Legislature Sultanat, Loretta Williams.
Okay, Heichka for the feather and affirmative.
Aichka. Legislature Tehuilam, Bryce Williams.
Haichka Matty for the feather, Haichka Chamquat, Swaikul CM. I'm in favor.
Aichka. Legislature Trent Genge, Luxon.
I'm in favor.
Aichka. Legislature Melinda Cassidy, Squamiah.
I'm in favor.
Legislature Marianne Adams.
I'm in favor.
Aichka. Legislature Laqualia.
In favor.
Aichka. Legislature Squamish, Chief Laura Cassidy.
I'm in favor.
Aichka. Legislature Louise Alm, I'll try you again.
I'm in favor.
Aichka. Thank you, legislatures. First motion has been carried unanimously. Thank you so kindly. We are now moving on to the third and final reading of Bill 001-2025, the Appropriations Act. Throughout the spring 2025 session, we have heard, debated, and voted on Schedules 1 through 14, and we've had one or more opportunity for questions and comments before we proceeded to the final vote. Are there any questions or comments from the legislatures on Bill 001-2025? Legislature Tehuilam.
Haichka Matty for the feather, Haichka Chamquat, Swaikul CM. Not a question, it's more of a comment. I look forward to the next session, the next spring session when we go over the budget, when the schedules and everything are in order and we're able to go through the budget in more detail and get down to the nitty gritty of things together. So looking forward to that, and just thanking everybody for this session, and yeah, I look forward to figuring out the deferred items in a summer session possibly. So thank you, Haichka.
Haichka Legislature Kwiapia, Andrea Jacobs.
Haichka Squeakle CM, Haichka daughter for the feather. Just a comment as well. In addition to the deferred items, there were a number of questions that staff were going to come back with, so I'm sure they're written down and all of that. So just wondering if we'll be coming back to those as well during that time. And then just another comment, I'm hoping we can have for the meeting. Summertime's really busy and all of that, so it'd be great if we could get 2 weeks notice for those as well. So really appreciate everybody's patience and the family as well. Haichka.
Haichka Legislature Kwiapia. So if we could just please make note that staff had some responses that that legislators were hoping to hear from, and perhaps we could also provide that via email in addition to verbalizing it at the session as well. just making sure that we close the communication loop on those inquiries. Haichka, thank you so much. And yes, we will make sure that there is sufficient notice for the session to finish off this work that we're deferring today. Haichka, I see Legislature Sultanat.
Thank you for the feather and the opportunity to make a comment. There's a lot of work that went into this budget, but there's still a lot of questions I'm not clear on. So I was told I should email, but you guys know I don't do stuff like that. So, but like I said, it's a lot of work, and that's all I have to say. Okay, Haichka.
Haichka, Legislature. All right, thank you, legislators. I am going to read the motion to approve Bill 001, 2025. I'm going to ask for a mover, and then I'm going to ask for a seconder, and then I'm going to do the same kind of roll call voting, and I'm just going to go down the table and ask for your yay or your nay. Because of the nature of today's agenda, that will be the last piece of business, and then we will do our ceremonial procession after that. So thank you very much for your support in today and getting this important work done. Motion to approve Bill 001, 2025, the 2025-2026 Appropriations Act. Whereas the Tsawwassen Legislature has the authority under Section 512C of the Constitution Act to enact the Tsawwassen laws. Whereas the Tsawwassen Legislature under Section 24(2) of the Financial Administration Act must approve the annual budget. Whereas under the Legislature Rules and Procedures Manual, Section 25, each bill must receive 3 separate readings. And whereas Bill 001, 2025 has received 3 separate readings. Therefore, be it moved that the Tsawwassen Legislature enacts Bill 001, 2025, the 2025-2026 Appropriation Act. May I please have a mover? Moved by Legislature Marianne Adams. May I please have a seconder? Second by Legislature Laqualia Tia Williams. I will now call for a vote. Legislature Fismalot Kathy Genge.
I agree.
Haichka. Legislature Piliquia. Don Williams.
I agree.
Legislature Hulkamatia Louise Alm.
I approve.
Legislature Kwiakwia Andrea Jacobs.
Yay.
Legislature Spalautuit Terry Splotkin.
I approve.
Legislature Sultanat Loretta Williams.
Okay, Haichka. Negative.
Legislature Legislature Tehuilium, oh my goodness, Bryce Williams.
Haichka Matty for the feather. Haichka Swikel CM. I approve.
Legislature Trent Genge, Luxon.
I agree.
Legislature Squamiah Melinda Cassidy.
I approve.
Legislature Marianne Adams.
I approve.
Legislature Laqualia Tia Williams.
In favor.
Legislature Squamish Chief Laura Cassidy.
I approve.
Haichka, thank you, Legislature. The motion has been passed. This concludes our business for this evening. I am very, very proud for our legislature for conducting another spring session of our hard work and to pass our nation's budget. This is very important work that benefits the community and benefits all of our Tsawwassen members and our leaseholders. I appreciate the debate, the discussion, the questions, and we are continually growing and learning how to question this budget to bring out the information that we need to make an informed decision about important work and budgets that we have to approve. Thank you to Desiree for sharing your Seatli's opening prayer. Lusiltanat, Tai Lewis, thank you so much for your table blessing. Haichka to Samia for sharing that welcome song, your voice and your drum beat. Thank you to Madison Jacobs-Mayo for being our feather runner. We are so grateful to have our youth present to support this work, and thank you for being here. Thank you to Yums Catering for the food that you prepared for us. We are very grateful for that. We're always very grateful for our elders that support us. They are our guiding light in the work that we need to do. When we are unsure of where we should go and how we should do things, our elders have given that guidance and that wisdom and their experience in helping us, making sure that we are governing and working for our people in the manner that we should be doing and never forgetting our culture. Thank you to the Advisory Council for providing us information and perspectives on the decisions that we need to make. To our members for being here and supporting us in the work that we have to do, the voices that you give to us to honor at this table and making sure that we are supporting your needs. To staff for sacrificing your time away from your family to be here and making sure that all the work that we do conforms to our laws, our protocols, and our procedures, that our voices can be heard, that our faces can be seen, and that we have the most important work to do on behalf of our nations. And thank you for any guests that attended throughout our session, online and in person. It takes a lot of long hours to put this work together. We appreciate the fact that we have the ability to have a hybrid so that our members of our legislature that still understand and realize the important work that we have to do are still here honoring their work, and that we have the tools to do that. My hands go up to each and every one of you legislatures, online and in person here. I'm grateful that we have the power to govern ourselves, to accommodate such important decisions, to honor our family and our loved ones during this important time of recognizing the wisdom and the teachings of an elder that guided the work of this very table. I'd like to very, very much thank everybody for being support of the work that we had to do today in the manner that we did it today, and help us navigate through this difficult time with grace and kindness and a whole heart to share the love for each other. My heart is with each and every one of you. And remember that Keith Nahaney is here to support us and to give us some healing medicine and brush us off after today's quick session. Please find him after our ceremonial procession if you feel the need for that. With that, I would like to thank you all for the honor and privilege of being your Squeakquel during this session. I'd like to also thank our acting Squeakquels, Quackria, Andrea, while I was gone. Thank you so much for always picking up the feather and doing the work. My relative Tequilum, again, for being acting Squeakquel, thank you so much. It's always good to have those experienced voices here to continue to guide that important work. Thank you again. Safe travels. Love to you all. This session is formally over as we have our ceremonial procession and drummed out by Setsamia, Haichka OCM.
OCM, I'd just like to share that the song I'm going to sing in honor of our dear elder, and for the family, I'd like to send that prayer home with you all today and just ask that you walk softly and